Hey guys, Sally here. So yesterday, Evanescence released their first music video in 6 years for Imperfection. I believe that's the first music video they've done since My Heart Is Broken. And it was a really moving video, and I thought it'd be nice to do a tutorial on the makeup Amy was wearing. So let's get started. So I'm just going to be starting with my regular foundation. I use CoverGirl Smoothers BB Cream in 705. Just use whichever foundation, matches your skin tone. You never want to be messing with that. And we're going to be applying that with a Real Techniques Essential Foundation brush. Any flat foundation brush would be best. You want somewhat heavier coverage than usual with this. We're just going to apply that all over. And what's left in our brush, I'm just going to take over my eyes. So since this uses a lot of dark eyeshadows and we're going to have a lot of fallout, I figured I would skip concealer until after we're done the eyes. So to start the eyes, I'm using a black cream eyeshadow. This one is Maybelline New York Color Tattoo 24 Hour, and this one doesn't have a color. Dramatic Black. Just any black cream eyeshadow. I'm going to take that on my third finger, and we're just going to apply that carefully all over the eye. Just on the mobile lid, you don't want to be taking it into the crease. We're going to take that slightly out on our outer corner. Don't worry about it being crazy neat at this moment, because we're going to be blending an eyeshadow on top of it in a second. So we're just going to start with this eye first because these can set quickly. So I'm going to be using sort of a brownie gray eyeshadow. This one is Antique Pewter from one of my ancient Lauren Luke palettes. I'm just taking that on. This is a base shadow brush by Real Techniques. And you just want to pat that first on top of the black you've just put down. And then we're going to blend that through the crease. So your black cream shadow should hopefully be moving under your eyeshadow a little bit. Now it's sort of hard to see from the camera and the lighting in the video. That could be a slightly browner color, so if that's what you prefer, use a slightly browner than the gray I used. In some lights it's more gray, in some it's brown. I'm just going with that. So we're going to move on to the other eye and do what we just did. So our black cream eyeshadow and then our gray on top. For some reason, cream eyeshadows don't like to show up on my left eyelid as well, so I always have to use a bit more. Again, we're just winging that out ever so slightly. And before that sets, we just go back in with our gray. Just gonna check on my other mirror. I'll probably go out of frame for half a second here, or not. Just clean up that little smudge we've got there. Looks reasonably even. So now we're gonna be moving on to the eyeliner. I'm using Avon Super Shock. This is a gel eyeliner pencil. You can use liquid if you're more confident with that, or a liquid with a brush. I'm just gonna use it straight off the pencil because I sharpened this. We're gonna take that, I'll move my mirror a bit closer, very carefully along our top lash line. And then once you've got that on, you're going to take a little bit just about halfway across. If you're using a brush gel liner, that'll be fine. You will want to be using a gel underneath your eye for sure, because we need it to move. We're going to be taking a accent brush by Real Techniques. Any small brush will work, and you just want to blend what you've done on the bottom out a little bit. This look does get a little bit messy looking, so don't worry too much about being neat, and if you prefer it to be neat, you can clean it up with concealer after. So just smudging what we've already put under. Now we're going to do what we just did on the other side, so a solid line across the top and a smudged halfway across on the bottom. Now, this is awkward with this table. There we go. Again, just smudging what we've put on the bottom. So now that we've got that on, we're going to be taking some more of our gray eyeshadow on the same brush. I'm just going to clean a bit of the black off on my hand. I'm going to have to wash my hands after this one. Just a little more of that gray eyeshadow on the little accent brush you were using, and you want to take that more to the inner half of your bottom lash line. And you want it to overlap just a touch with the black you've already put there. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to our highlight. And okay, so I'm using Time Resist White by, this is L'Oreal Paris, and it is a sort of a cream to powder eyeshadow. Taking that on my finger again. As you can see, that's really, really light. And you're going to want to take that on your brow bone. And you can bring it down just a little further and blend it with the black and gray you've already got on your crease just with your finger. And then just a tiny dab of that on your inner corner to lighten it. Same on the other side. Once we've got that on, I'll just close this up. I'm going to be taking my eyeliner again, and I'm using a gel eyeliner pencil because I found they stay better on the waterline, but you can also use a soft kohl pencil. We're going to be tight lining with that, so lining our top waterline and also our bottom waterline. So this look goes right into your inner corner with the pencil, so want to take it around the top, join it up in the corner of your eye there. Same on the other side. Here we go. So, other than mascara, that's pretty much your eyes done. Which order do I want to use? Yeah. So I'm going to take my concealer. I'm using a Fit Me concealer. This is Maybelline New York. Most of the labels rubbed off on this. And the color I'm using is number 10, light. Again, just use whatever matches your skin tone. I'm just going to put a couple dabs of that around our eyes. And if you've got any blemishes, which I fortunately do not at the moment, you can put some of that on those too. Then I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and blending that all in. So we want to try and keep it away from the eyeshadow we've already done. So I'm blending more outwards towards the middle of my nose. Typically I go much more inwards towards my eyes, but not today because it'll mess up our eyeshadow. And then I'm going to powder everything into place. I'm using my Physicians Formula Translucent Pearl Powder on a Real Techniques, I believe this, yep, this is a multitask brush. Just swirling that all over and then just putting it all over the face. Now I tend to pat my powder more on my cheeks so that I don't lose the foundation I've already put there, because I get a bit of discoloration there, so I want to make sure my foundation stays in place. And we have black eyeliner migrating onto our mouth somehow. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to be putting on my mascara. As usual, I'm using Maybelline New York Colossal Volume Express in Glam Black. You want to put some of that on both your top and bottom lashes. Now from what I could see, it doesn't look like Amy's got any false lashes on in the video, so we don't have to worry about those today. Okay, and for the cheeks, she's got sort of just a light flush here, sort of just above her cheekbone. So I'm going to be using, this is an Avon Bee Blush Stick in Golden Rose, sort of that color. We're just going to be sucking in our cheekbones so we can see, and putting this just above them. Just a line like that. You don't really want to be full on contouring. And then taking a fairly densely packed brush, this is a Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. Any densely packed brush will work. And you just want to blend that in as best you can so it's not a harsh line. So it just becomes sort of a flush of color just on your cheekbone there. Okay, now our eyebrows. Amy's actually got her eyebrows mostly brown, which is her natural color in this video, so it looks like she just brushed them through into a gel, so I'm just going to use my regular eyebrow gel. This is a Rimmel London Brow This Way. Does it have an official color? If it does, it rubbed off. It's just a dark brown one. In this case, just go for a brow gel in whatever color your hair naturally is, or if you've got it dyed, whatever color your hair is. It's a bit clumpy today. I'll have to get rid of those. So we've got that on. Almost done. All we've got left now is our lips. So Amy had a fairly nude lip, so I'm using, this is an NYC Intense Lip Color. Does this have a color? I don't see one. It's just sort of a nude. I'm just putting that all over. Got another little black smudge there. There we go. I'm just going to be taking my eyeliner back around my eyes because some of it's run off a tiny bit. A good tip for keeping your eyeliner on your waterline is to do a second coat. I found it stays much better if you do a second coat right before you head out the door. So we're just going to fix up those lines that are fading a little touch. There we go. So there you go, guys. There's the finished look. I hope you like it and have a great day. Remember, the most beautiful you can be is yourself. Take care.